Hey everybody, just doing a follow-up on my last kind of follow-up on Madolche. Just wanted to go a little bit more in depth, kind of explain what cards you need to play at minimum, at what ratios, and kind of just going forward from there. You can, fill in the deck how you like. Just obviously depends on what your locals have as far as, what hand traps or what going second cards you would like to have. But just thought I'd go through this a little bit more thoroughly. So with Madolche, you do have a few different starters that really can get your combo going. You have Petting Sessor, which you have to play 3 of that. That card alone starts your combo as long as you have no no monsters in grave. You're just able to special that, and then special either your Petting Sessor from hand or deck. Madolche does a very similar thing. So Madolche on normal searches a Madolche monster, and that includes Petting Sessor, which is what you're pretty much always going to be grabbing if you're going first. You're going to be picking that up, and then you're going to be able to go through your kind of combo from there. The other one is Angeli. Now that one does use your normal summon as well, but what you're able to do then is just tribute it, special into Petting Sessor, and then since Petting Sessor's only requirement to summon the Petting Sess from deck is to be special summoned, with Angeli it does meet that requirement, and you're able to kind of go from there. Now you do use your Angeli at that point, so you're not able to go into it a little bit later in your standard combo, so you do kind of have to pay attention to some deviations, but for the most part it does end up on a pretty similar board. Now how that works out to, in a 40 card deck, you're running 9 starters. Therefore, your odds of seeing at least one of them is about a 74% chance. The odds of just opening Petting Sessor, which that includes, either just hard opening it or opening Madolche to be able to add it, is about 33% chance. So, you're for about, 1 in 3 running, or, playing in a game, you're pretty likely to open it. Now going second, adding the Vernisylphs, the odds of opening Flourishing Hill plus either petting or Madolche, which gets you into petting, is about 23.5%. So the deck is fairly consistent. You're able to get into your plays, you're able to go through some basic combos, and I thought I'd go through some of those, kind of explain how each hand ends up here at the end. Alrighty, these are the 3 starters we talked about earlier. Now, like I said, just from there, it just depends on which one you open. Assuming you straight open the Petting Sessor, you're just able to special it to get out the Petting Sess from deck. If you are not able to open into Petting Sessor, as long as you have Madolche, you're able to normal that, search Petting Sessor from deck. Again, since you still have no monsters in grave, you're able to special summon it, and also special summon the Petting Sess from deck. The last one is Angeli. You're able to normal that one, tribute it off to special the Petting Sessor, and it's the same kind of thing, being able to summon the Petting Sess from deck. So I saw a few people asking for some test hands. Thought I could just kind of shuffle this up and go from there, and just kind of show you some of the different kind of hands that you can expect with this deck. So obviously some of the going second and hand traps that I'm running work best for me just because that's what I'm seeing in locals. You can obviously run some different cards. You can even try and include Crossout. Once you start going over 40 cards, you do make the deck a little less consistent. It's obviously up to you to kind of decide what works best for you. Hand traps aren't necessarily something you're seeing a whole lot of in the current meta. It's just a lot of current going second cards, like Dark Rulers, so I don't think it's necessary right now, but I mean, in a format with a lot of hand traps, you can definitely try and include something like Crossout. So, okay, I think that's shuffled up enough, and let's just see what we get. So Prosperity, so even if we don't see it, we have the ability to see it, but well, there it is anyway, so okay. Just everything you need. Alright, so it's not a bad hand. So we do have some follow-up, and really the cards that matter are going to be these 3 here. So Prosperity isn't necessarily needed right now. Now you definitely can start with it if you want to try and bait out an Ash Blossom, make it seem like you're going for something to start your combos. But, from here, it just really kind of depends. You can even just normal Madolche if they want to try and Ashley there, perfectly fine, because we have the petting Cessor, and then you can just go full combo from there. That would probably be the way I would prefer to go. I'd probably keep the Prosperity just to at the end, maybe search an additional hand trap. Like I said, I've got DD Crow. Maybe you want to search, if you're not able to get to Promenade, maybe get to Promenade, or maybe get to Madolche Knights. So, pretty good utility card, especially if you're able to kind of save the negate for something else. So let me shuffle it up and see what we can. Alright, so I thought I'd just shuffle it up one more time. And then we could just go from there. We'll play out the hand. Alright. Alright, so we're not going to need these guys right now. We'll be able to special petting Cessor. It's going to be the top card. Oh. Going blind. There we go. So you'll be able to get out the pudding cess. And overlay into Glass Souffle. Glass Souffle, you'll detach petting cess, make Glass Souffle unaffected. You'll go into Chocolate. You'll activate Chocolate Mode's effect, shuffling this back. And that'll let you detach Glass Souffle to special. Now we'll go ahead and go into Angeli. Now, with Angeli, we'll distribute. And that will let us set out a battle protected Hoot Cake. And with Hoot Cake's effect, we are going to banish the Glass Souffle. And that's going to get us out a first Messenger Lotto. Just while you play two, because you will definitely draw it time to time. Messenger Lotto will now activate since we do have a Beast Madolche. And right here, we're going to want to grab Chateau. Now we can activate Salon. So this is going to give us an additional Madolche normal summon, which we'll probably use to get this back in deck. And I think that's what we will do. So we'll go ahead, normal. We'll link these two off. And that'll let us get out fresh to start. This is important because you now are going to have your back row protected. Activate that Chateau. I'm just going to shuffle these three back. Now, you do have a mandatory trigger with Salon, and then we have Chocolate Mode. So with Chocolate Mode, we'll detach and let's grab so we can't go into Messenger Lotto because it's going to miss timing to the Salon. Guess we can just set a Madolche so you get that search. And then with Salon, grab the Promenade. So you do have the 1 negate. You do have a Veiler in hand, and then you have Dark Ruler on follow-up. Now, if they do get a battle, they try to attack that. You're going to get the Madolche flip effect. Add whatever you need. Now, when it's destroyed, it just would get shuffled back. Salon would trigger again, so you'd be able to kind of get Second Edition. And that could just be whatever you need at the time. So, it's a pretty decent Madolche board, but let's see if maybe we can just do one more real quick. Put those guys there. I want to try and show off the Angeli, because like I said, it is a little bit different because you're not going to be able to do Angeli later on in the combo. Alright, well, I mean, still a playable hand, just doesn't have the Angeli, so we'll try one more time. There we go. Alright. That's not bad. Get 2 hand traps. So, you normally Angeli, activate its effect, summon out Petting Cessor. Now you can go Petting Cessor to summon Pudding Assess. And it's going to be pretty similar from there. Go into Glass Souffle. Now Glass Souffle, depending on your hand, you can either activate it or not activate. Still going to activate it just to make it unaffected. And you can go to the Chocolate Mode. Chocolate Mode effect, you shuffle back Petting Cessor, and then we'll detach the Glass Souffle. So now obviously you can't go to the Angeli here, so you're just going to actually skip that and go straight into the Hoot Cake, which is why I activated the Glass Souffle. So we still have the 2 engrave, and then you're just able to banish that for your Messengelato. Now for this, with Messengelato, you are want to grab the Field Spell. And in this instance, you can just activate the Field Spell, shuffle that back, and that's going to get your last activation Chocolate Mode. Now, here, you are going to want to go Promenade because we already have a monster in grave, so Knights is not going to... Oh, well, skip this step. You'll get the Messengelato with Chocolate Mode, and that's what we'll add the Promenade. And from there, you can just link these 2 off, so you don't want to keep the whole Hoot Cake just because we don't have the battle protection. You go into the Fresh Start, and then you can actually just overlay these 2 for another Glass Souffle. And that's, like I said, it's a pretty good play against Tier, just because if they go any mills, you can chain it and then you shuffle back their 2 cards or whatever. And Promenade. And if you want, you can go Prosperity here, see if you're able to hit anything, if you want to see for the Ash or anything like that. But yeah, I think that's it. Thanks for watching.